Alright, so this is the newest edition of Voices from the Dark Side with Matthew Dark. I am here with the guys from Stellar Corpses, and it's really fucking loud, and we're all kind of drunk. So, why don't we take a minute, and why don't you boys introduce yourselves?
I'm Emilio Menzi, I play guitar. Matt McCobb, I play drums and background vocals.
I'm Dusty.
Dan Lamont, and I play stand-up bass.
So, what brought you guys all together?
Rock and roll.
I'll agree with that. A love of music. We all like the same shit, and we're all friends. Psychobilly, punk, rockabilly, all that good shit.
Oh, technically. Plus, we're from a small town, and we just kind of all like, you know, like Emilio said, we're into the same stuff, and like it's easy to spot each other. Like freaks kind of conglomerate.
I remember years before I met Dan, seeing him around town, and thinking, oh, that guy's cool. He's got good taste in music, but we never talked until I met Dusty and Dan at a Michael Graves show, and then it was like, it worked.
And before that, like Emilio was in another band called Ambivalence, and I was at this coffee shop, and he was flyering, and I just remember like getting a flyer from this kid who was totally driven and like really pumped on his band and like promoting, and then they won the Battle of the Bands, and they were like, I don't know, and seeing his stage presence, and then we started playing some shows together. Like it was awesome. And we were already a three-piece, me and Dan and Matt. And then we wanted to add another guitar player, and Emilio happened to want to try out. You know, we were already starting to get to be friends and stuff, and it worked out perfectly. Now there's the four of us.
And it was perfect because me and Dusty pretty much lived on the same street, and we had no idea. And then it was funny because Matt had been coming to my movie theater where I worked for months, and I'd seen him around not knowing that he was in Stellar Corpses, and then I knew, and we became friends through that too.
So basically you all came from humble beginnings, found one another, and then here you are.
Yeah,
okay, so what are your main influences as far as music goes?
Misfits, Social Distortion, Rancid, list goes on and beyond.
Yeah, I grew up on oldies, and you know, I loved that stuff, and then I found out about punk rock, I found out about psychobilly, but right now, and it always changes, like who's at the top, but right now, Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, excellent. For me, it was Motley Crue and Kiss. I love old punk rock, horror punk, and I love 80s, but definitely all of Glenn Danzig's work, early AFI, like from Art of Drowning and everything before, and Ramones.
So what made you guys cross the boundaries into horror, and what are your influences as far as horror goes?
You know, when I was younger, like they were kind of taboo and forbidden from me, and they scared the shit out of me, and I mean, it just made such a huge impact on my life, and I just like kind of, I don't know, when I heard the Misfits, like they were singing about those movies, and then that would give me like stuff to research, and I'd go find the movies that they were talking about, and I learned a lot about horror, and there's such a culture around it. I love it.
For me, horror is such a good art form in music and movies. It's so powerful, and when I was a kid, that's what grabbed me the most. That's what scared me the most, and I think that's the most fun. And then when the first time I heard American Psycho when I was a freshman in high school, that's what grabbed me and said, okay, this is what to do. Go this way. Forget about school and college. Let's play music and play shows.
So it's beyond the sake of being controversial for controversy. It's just because it's something that appeals to that darker side of you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're not following a trend or trying to fit into any genre.
Yeah.
This is from our heart.
Everybody has a dark side. We just tap into ours. Yeah. We don't try to use like the shock value at all. We just do what makes sense to us.
You guys have a very unique sound. Was it intentional, or was it just the result of your individual styles?
Definitely. I think it's just all the result of our own styles. Like, I have my own thing. I just do what feels good, you know? And then, yeah, we all have put our input, and it just comes out the way it is, you know? So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we don't like make rules for each other, and if anybody wants to add something to the, you know, melting pot, we like try it first, you know, and see how it sounds. So there's never like any guidelines. We don't go by any rules or anything like that.
Well, you guys make it a point of saying that no one of you has any more influence on the band than the other. There are a lot of bands out there that tend to have their frontman who calls the shots, or their guitarist who writes the songs and calls the shots, but you guys are all equal partners in this, is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. Democracy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's true.
Alright, so your new album, Welcome to the Nightmare, has your signature sound, but takes your music in a new direction. What influenced you guys in expanding your style?
I would say there's a little bit of all of our influences in each song. I mean, you can just tell that it's like, okay, there's like a little, you know, I'm not going to say what bands or anything, but you can, if you just listen and you'll know. You know, you'll know that it's changed in certain ways. Like, you know, like there's social distortion, and you know, you can hear it. You can hear it.
What's the difference between Respect the Dead and Welcome to the Nightmare as far as production goes?
Respect the Dead was supposed to be a demo. Like, we just had you know, a few songs, and we wanted to get them down and just be a band and have something that we could give people and get some gigs. And so we did it really quick. I think it was like in about 2 weeks. And this one, we spent more time, basically, is the point. We spent more time and more thought went into it of like what we wanted to do with this album.
We just took our time with everything. We wanted to make a bigger impact. You know, it's like the EP got us in the door, but we wanted to break the fucker down with this one.
The way you guys see it, what are the main differences between your first CD and your second one?
Well, okay, the first one, we wrote those songs, we did them, and this one, we didn't want to remake the same album. We're not one of those bands that can like put out the same album for, you know, 10 years. We're not going to do that. This one is like just us expanding and doing more. Also, we're getting to be better musicians, so we're like kind of expanding in that way too, you know. And plus, we have 2 guitars now, so there's more guitar part. Also, everybody's singing more. We all have a voice in this, and the new album definitely shows all our personalities.
You guys took a new route and wrote a few ballads for the new album. Would you like to tell the fans what influenced you guys to do that?
You mentioned ballads, and when I think ballads, I think big choruses, and I think we all like big choruses. I know I do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And big, powerful choruses, it touches more people. So I think that's what we're kind of going for.
So you guys are about 2/3 of the way through your CD release tour. How's it been so far?
Awesome. Great. It's been a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, it's been awesome. We've been had a lot of surprises. There were some small towns we played in that were amazing. We've met some awesome, amazing people that we like. They're now our, you know, good friends. I consider them good friends.
I keep saying this tour is the lose your shit tour and swear a lot tour because we've all lost so much shit. Dan lost his iTouch. I lost my iPod. Matt lost his pillow. Dusty lost his guitar and his wallet. We've lost so much shit, and normally we're really good about it.
Do you guys have any interesting stories from the tour so far?
I got one. We stayed at a good friend's house in Everett, Washington, which was an awesome show, by the way. We stayed there for a few days, and I kind of crashed on the part of the house that was carpeted, which was a stairwell, and I had a nice sleeping bag and a beautiful Tempur-Pedic pillow. Both of them got showered in cat piss. And the funny part is, I didn't realize it until after a couple nights of sleeping on it. I thought the cats had pissed somewhere near it. But they pissed on my pillow and my sleeping bag. So bad to the point where I had to throw the sleeping bag the fuck out. So now we call that place Cat Piss Manor. And I wrote a song about it.
So you guys were recently up in Utah and played on broadcast television with Die Monster Die. What was that like?
It was cool. Those guys are really awesome. Yeah, fucking, they had a cool, crazy fucking stage production, dude. Their masks were awesome and shit.
You guys recently held a contest that gave the fans the opportunity to name your mascot. How did that turn out?
Good. We got a name. We got lots of submissions, lots of ideas, lots of good ones and lots of bad ones.
Yeah. What did you guys wind up settling on?
We ended up on Stellator.
Basically, what it boils down to now is what's next for Stellar Corpses?
Just more touring, recording, writing. Keep going, basically.
Welcome to the Nightmare. This new album has yet to be released in Europe, and I think Fiend Force is going to be releasing that officially soon. So that'll be next. We'll see how that release goes. We got lots of new songs already for a new album, and so we're going to start getting to work on that early. And we'll just keep doing the same thing that we always do, you know, like they said, traveling, touring, writing songs, playing music, rocking and rolling.
So the new album is available through Interpunk?
Yes, it is. Interpunk.com.
Last 2 questions. Is there anything that you guys would like to say to your fans, fans of Stellar Corpses, fans of psychobilly, horror punk?
Stay evil. We can't say thank you enough for the people who listen to us and support us and spread the word. It's so important for people to tell their friends about us and there are other people I think would like us.
Last question. And I ask this to every band that I interview. How are you guys prepared for the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
I'll probably go over to my friend Lumpy's house because he's got like a warhammer and shin guards.
Well, I don't know. I'm probably not prepared because everyone in this band says that if I was in a horror movie, I'd be the first one to die.
Dan will be the first
I'd be the first one to die, so apparently I probably won't live. I don't know. You never know.
I would just stand behind Emilio and hold him in front of me, no matter where I went.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. This is Matthew Dark reporting for World Horror Network and HorrorPunks.com. Be sure to catch the next edition of Voices from the Dark Side. Guys, Stellar Corpses, thank you very much.